And if you treat your woman like a queen, fellas, we're gonna treat you like a king. So first, let us define what queen is. What I mean by treating your woman like a queen. There is a definition that I feel like a lot of times women are looking at it as. A lot of times men look at it can be as if they are inferior to the woman, or they have to do everything that she says, or they have to grovel, they have to beg, they have to do all those types of things. And that is not really what we feel as women when we talk about being treated like a queen. What we mean by that, what most women mean by that, is to make us feel loved, protected, safe, valued, appreciated, and feel like that we are the most important person in your life. Of course, you're going to have other people in your life that are important as well, but we definitely want to be at the top of that list. So that's what we kind of look at it when we're talking about treat us like a queen, and that we really want to be that person in your life that brings your life meaning, that brings your life life. And so we want to feel like that we are needed, or that you need us in the marriage. So what are some ways that you can treat your wife like a queen so that she does feel loved and she does feel appreciated and that she does feel valued? The first thing that you need to do is know and understand her love language. There are 5 different types of love language. There is the acts of affirmation, and acts of affirmation is when your wife enjoys being told that she's beautiful, she is being praised for the things that she does. She's a great mother, she's a great wife. You love how she is dedicated to her job, that she's hardworking. And those types of praise and encouraging word is going to then be reciprocated as love to her, and she's going to make her feel good. It's going to make her feel valued. It's going to make her feel appreciated, just to know that you're seeing those things and you're actually voicing those things to her. The second love language is the quality of time, which means spending time with your wife as much as possible, taking her out on a date, watching a movie together, having a quiet conversation at home. Any time that you're spending with her is going to show her that you love and appreciate her. The third one is acts of service. So you can do things for your wife that she, does on a regular basis. Maybe you cook dinner one night, or you wash clothes, or you clean the house, or you just do things that she would normally do, and you take on that task for her where she doesn't have to do it. And then of course that in turn is going to make her feel happy, and it's going to make her feel appreciated that you decided to help her. The fourth one is physical touch. And this is when your wife loves to be kissed and held. She likes to hold hands out in public. She likes to be hugged. Anything that involves physical touch is something that makes her feel loved and appreciated, and she wants to be close to you as often as possible. And then the fifth one is receiving gifts. So this is of course when you bring your wife flowers or perfume, or her favorite pair of shoes, or buying her something is going to make her feel loved and appreciated. So it's important that you know what her love language is. And the only way you can know what her love language is of course asking her. But a lot of times men automatically assume that women just want to receive gifts, that women want to receive flowers, and they want to receive diamonds or whatever. And not every woman sees the gifts as some type of appreciation or showing of love. I'm not a person that gets a kick off of getting gifts like that. I have 2 love languages. The first one is quality time. I love to spend quality time with my husband. Anytime that he can set aside time for just me and him to just chill out, enjoy each other's company, I really love that, and I really appreciate that time. The other one for me is affirmations. I love to hear that I'm doing a good job, that people see what I'm doing, not just my husband, but and the workplace. I love to hear that I'm doing a good job, that people see what I'm doing and they voice that they see what I'm doing and that I'm doing a good job doing that. That makes me feel loved and appreciated, especially when my husband does it. If he says I'm beautiful, if he notices that I have on a new dress or that my hair is different or something like that, that brings me joy, and that makes me feel appreciated, and that makes me feel loved. A lot of times when you are not operating on your wife's love language, then she's always going to feel as though you don't care about her, or that something's going on. She's not going to feel appreciated, and you're going to find that she's always going to say, hey, something's wrong, something's missing, you know, we need to sit down and talk. So you need to find out what your wife's love language is, because when you find out what your wife's love language is, then you're best at making sure that you're meeting at least those needs within the marriage and within her. The second thing is show interest in whatever she's passionate about. Women are passionate about so many different things, not just job-wise. There are so many different passions in our life that we like to do and we like to share, and we like our husbands to see that, and we like them to show interest in that. So if you see your wife has taken up a new hobby, or you've seen that she's getting excited about exercising, or maybe she has a YouTube channel that she's starting up, or she has a new job or whatever, then you need to show interest in that. You need to ask her questions. You need to ask her, hey, how's it going? Is there anything I can help you do? Make sure that you don't go in and try to solve problems that may arise while she's going that. Allow her that space to really do things on her own and discover things on her own, but you still can take interest in what she's doing and really see what she's doing and really know what she's doing, so that when people ask you, hey, I saw your wife doing this, or I hear that your wife is doing that, then you can chime in and be like, yes, this is what she's doing, this is how long she's been doing it. It makes a wife feel really good when her husband knows exactly what's going on in her life when it comes to the things that she's passionate about. The third thing is that you need to help your wife grow in whatever that she's doing. There's always going to be a time in a woman's life where she is going to go through a period of growth. She might not do the things that she used to do, or not want to do the things that she used to do. She might change the way she does things. She might change the way that she's acting towards you. She might be changing the way she's acting towards the marriage. She might have a different way of thinking. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that could be happening in a woman's mind when she's going through growth, especially when she's reaching in the 40s. By the time she's 40 and over, there's going to be another change that's going to be happening in her mind. And so you need to help her continue to grow as she's growing into adulthood, as she's growing into maturity, as she's growing into another age bracket, as she's growing into maybe a job or her career, or her personal life, her personal feelings and her personal experiences. You need to help her continue to grow in the right direction. So that means that if she wants to start a new job venture, that you may not have any idea where this job venture is going, but this is something that she feels like this is the direction that she wants to go, then you need to help her towards that. You need to help her to get to whatever goals or to whatever dreams that she has, and you need to be supportive of it. Now, a lot of times, maybe you don't agree with everything that she's doing, but you have to trust that she's making the right decision for herself, and you have to trust that she's not doing anything that is going to jeopardize the marriage, number one, and jeopardize the family. And you have to put the trust in your wife to know that she's doing what's best for everybody, but mainly she's doing what's best for her. That's very, very important. So help her grow in whatever avenue of life that she's at, so that she can feel like that you have her back, and she feels protective, she feels safe, and she feels like if things don't work out, if she falls to the wayside, if something happens, then you're there to pick her up and support her, and you're there to continue to carry her on whatever else that she might find in her life that she wants to take on, that is going to also foster in that growth that she's going through. Number 4 is to protect her at all costs. And I'm not talking about protect her against an axe murder or someone that's causing her physical harm, even though yes, you should protect her from that, most definitely. Now, I don't think men would really bat an eye if you saw that somebody was going to attack your wife physically. Most men are going to stand in the way and be like, hey, what are you doing? But you also need to protect her mentally, emotionally, spiritually, especially when there's outside forces that could be causing a lot of turmoil that could be coming on in her life. A lot of times in marriages, particularly when it comes with families, a lot of times, especially when you're marrying into families sometimes with different cultures, there might be a clash within the families when it comes to the wife. What is her expectations? What is she going to assimilate to the culture? She's not doing what a cultural, what a wife in our culture would do. A lot of those things are going to happen when you are married to someone who is not of the same culture. However, you need to understand that you married her. And if you married her under the circumstances and under the knowledge that she was not going to be like a woman in your culture. So since that's the case, then you need to protect her then from any outsiders or any people that is trying to make her feel less than, or make her feel like she's not living up to the expectations of what they feel like she should be living up to. You should protect her from that. You should protect her emotionally and spiritually and mentally from any outside that's going to cause any harm to her, because she's looking to you for protection. And if she doesn't feel protected when she's around you, that's a problem. And a lot of times she will tell you, hey, I don't feel validated. I don't feel like that you support me. I don't feel like that you got my back. All that goes underneath protecting her at all cost. And sometimes you might have to go against people that you're close to. But remember, you did leave. Supposed to have left your family and everybody else and cleaving to the wife, cleaving to the husband. Y'all supposed to now become a unit. Now, of course, I know in the Ghanaian culture and in many African cultures, when you marry, you don't marry just each other. You marry the family. Everybody's included in that. And that is understandable. But at the same time, you still have to protect that unit. And I'm going to talk about that in another video, because I actually, when I went back to Ghana this past time, I had a conversation with a man from my husband's village, and he was talking about how that whole thing now is sort of changing in Ghana, as far as the unit being just as important, the nuclear family being just as important as the extensive family. So it might be something I'll talk about, but you need to protect her at all costs. You need to protect her physically. Something's going to cause her physical harm. And you need to also protect her spiritually, mentally, and emotionally too, because you want her to know that when anything goes down, you're going to be there for her. You're not just going to leave her by the wayside to fend for herself. It's going to be you and her against whatever and whoever is going on. The fifth thing is, don't take your wife for granted. This is a biggie, because I think a lot of times when you get married, we always assume that person's going to be there. Like, that person's not going anywhere. We got the ring on it, so hey, you're my wife now, so I know you're not going anywhere. And that's not true. That's not true. You should not always assume that your wife is going to be there. She's there because she wants to be. It's not that you are keeping her there or forcing her there. She's there because she loves you and she wants to be there. So you need to appreciate that. You need to appreciate what she's doing. You need to appreciate the things that she does for you. You don't need to just assume that she's obligated to do these things. Many times when a woman is doing something for a man, it's because she wants to do it. If she wants to cook for a man every day, she'll cook for a man every day. If she wants to wash his clothes every day, she's gonna wash his clothes every day. Now, of course, there's always the exception to every rule, don't get me wrong, but most women, when they do things for men, it's because they want to do it. But then the men turn around and all of a sudden it becomes an obligation where you're obligated to do it, or you're supposed to do it because, and it's like, no, that's not what happened. Let's go back to that. So don't take your wife for granted and the things that she does for you. Appreciate what she does for you, and let her know that you appreciate what she's doing for you, so that she does not feel like that you're taking her for granted. Number 6 is to respect her. You need to respect your wife. A lot of times, many times, you know, of course, there's always the exceptions to the rule, but a lot of times it's easier for women to respect men than it is for men to respect women a lot of times. And I think that is just because of what society has taught us throughout the time, as far as women not always being equal to men, or not seen as being equal to men, even though we are. So then there has to be a mutual respect. Then if I'm respecting you, then you need to respect me. You need to respect me as your wife. You need to respect me as your woman. You need to respect me as the mother of your kids if we have kids together. You need to respect me as being your partner. All of those things, you need to respect me. And that means to not say things that's going to cause me harm. And I'm talking about mentally, not saying things that is not something that you should be saying that's going to tear me down, but to really respect me and respect me for the person I am, and respect me as much as possible. Now, that can be a little tricky sometimes, especially when you're getting in an argument with one another. I think men and women, sometimes we do try our best to hurt one another. And that's also something that you have to work on too, is not really trying to hurt each other to the point where you're both walking away as if, okay, this is not really what we signed up for. But if you learn to respect each other enough to know when I say those things, this is the reaction of that, then maybe those things won't be said. So it's very important that you respect her. You respect her voice when she's speaking. Let her have an opinion on things. Let her be a part of decisions that you're making. Respect her mind, respect her choices, whatever choices that she decides to have. Respect those things and respect her, and in turn she's always going to feel loved and valued and appreciated. And number 7 is to take care of her needs. And taking care of her needs can range from a variety of different things. Any needs that she has, you need to be taking care of it. Now, I'm not going all into detail and stuff, because I don't get down like that. Some things just don't need to be said out loud, but I think that you can kind of get where I'm going to. You need to take care of her needs. Whatever needs that she's got, you need to take care of it, okay? And she needs to know that you now, the 7th thing is that you need to take care of her needs. Now, needs can be a variety of different things. I'm not going through all the different needs that a woman has that you need to take care of. But if she says she needs something, or you need to be doing something, or you're not doing something, you need to take that into consideration and try to make some of those things happen as much as possible. Women are very vocal. We always let you know that's no, we don't need that, or yes, we need you to do that, or no, we don't care about that, yes, we care about this. So when she's telling you those things, you need to be listening, and you need to take it as is. Take it exactly how she says it, and you need to try to work towards those expectations so that she can feel like, hey, he heard me, and I can see the changes. That's really, really, really good. That means that I'm not just talking and he's not listening to anything I'm saying. So take care of her needs by listening. Let her tell you what her needs are. Whatever the needs are, let her tell you what they are, and make sure that you're listening to that and taking care of the needs as much as possible. So those are the 7 things that you need to do to treat your woman like a queen. And when you treat your woman like a queen, she's going to treat you like a king. Now, then there are some women out there, let me tell you, that the men ain't treating them like no queen, but they treating these men like kings. And you just like, now what happened there? What happened there? We should have expectations, women. We need to have expectations on our husbands and be like, hey, I don't like the way this is going. I don't like the way you treat me. You need to do some changes. And with men, they not gonna change overnight. It's gonna take some time sometimes, and be patient for you to, if they want to change for you, they will. That's the thing. If a man loves you, he won't be with you, then he will change, because he don't want to lose you. If he don't care about you, he ain't changing. There's nothing. It doesn't matter how many times you tell him. It ain't no matter how many times you bring up your concerns. If he doesn't care anything for you, he's not changing for you. Men only change for women they care about. If they don't care about you, they ain't doing nothing. If you're one that maybe has been falling by the wayside when it comes to treating your woman like a queen, then follow these tips and you'll be amazed at what will come out of that. The happiness that will come out of that, and many, many other things. Alright, y'all, I am Michele Mazelleghh. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.